I view toxic masculinity as just like it's almost like you have like an inner hatred for women.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very special episode of Let's Rap. I'm your host, Philosophical.
And I'm your co-host, Jay Echo. What's good, y'all?
Today is going to be a very special episode. We've got Mr. Jaime Woods on today. The illustrious Jaime Woods. He is a YouTuber. He's a great guy, great person to talk to. We kind of brought him on to kind of give his perspective on. We're going to be talking about toxic masculinity in the dating space. This is going to be episode 9, so that's why I said this is a very special episode and interview. His YouTube is Jaime Woods, Jaime space Woods, Woods. Check out his videos, really cool videos, really cool guy. And his Instagram is also Mr. underscore Woods 93, Mr. underscore Woods 93. Thank you for being here, Mr. Woods.
Man, I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. Like I'm smiling from year to year, bro. Like, because it's just I cannot wait to go in, man. But for those of you who don't know me, I think the host over here he introduced me very well. You know, I'm a YouTuber. I make usually videos about dating, and not all of them are the most popular opinions. You know, I kind of try to challenge the viewer into thinking something different, or not thinking, but seeing a whole new perspective on dating. And so if you do watch my videos, I do advise for you to go into them with an open mind. And you don't have to agree, but hey, it's not there for you to agree with. It's there for you to kind of get a new perspective that's not really out there on YouTube. But yeah, guys, I'm ready to get it. Let's get it. Let's go.
So what's your perspective on the toxic masculinity in the dating scene? Kind of give your perspective on it. You know, your experience. What's going on in your eyes?
Yeah, because me and Phil, we ranted about this last week, so let's
yeah. What's from an outsider looking in, man? What's your experience? What's going on in your eyes?
So I don't know what was being said last week exactly entirely, but I feel like everyone has a different definition of toxic masculinity. Like what I think of it might not be the same that you're thinking of it.
Okay.
But here's how I look at it. I view toxic masculinity as just like it's almost like you have like an inner hatred for women. I don't know. Like that's just the way I view it. Like if you have to be that toxic to somebody to the point where you're breaking them down, you're breaking down their self-esteem, you're making them feel like shit, you're just doing random shit, random arguments to try to have the power in the relationship. And like it's just so dumb and immature, you know?
I
That's the way
always
I
said,
view it.
And this is why we brought you
yeah,
on.
yeah. Power
You know?
power is earned, not demanded. It's earned.
Like here's the thing, guys, about
Earned.
power. I feel like when it comes to relationships, for the most part, not every single relationship, but in the relationship, usually the guy is usually the leader and the woman is usually like, the co-host, you know what I mean? Like not
Yeah,
entirely they're the follower, but they're like the co-host, you know? They're there
yeah.
like to kind of like just in case if the leader is kind of like not really entirely there, she's there to kind of keep motivating and all that.
Yes,
And
yes,
you know what I
yes,
mean?
yes.
And so women in the end of the day, like I'm not saying all of them, of course. So anytime I say something, don't take it as this is all women or all
Hmm.
men or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's not
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But I feel like most women, like they want to be led. Like they want the man to take the lead. You know
So
what I
you
mean?
think this whole independent era that we're dealing with, is it because of men? Is it because of how
So
we treat?
here's the thing, man. This is how this all that's a great question. That's a great question. But this is how this all happened, guys. All right. So there was a time in history where, of course, they had all the power.
Yep.
You
Mhm.
know, they had all the power. And we're talking about 1700s, be way before that, like up until recently, like men had a lot of power.
Yeah.
And so it was very unfair. It was an uneven playing
Mhm.
field. So like men held all the higher positions, all that. And I just feel like after a while, like I feel like women got really fed up with that.
Mhm.
And rightfully so, because it should be an even playing field.
Yeah.
And so, now with all the platforms that we have nowadays, with movies and social media and all this, it kind of pushed the whole feminism wave in,
Oh man.
especially in this country in America. Because guys,
Oh,
like if you go to a whole different country, like my family's from the Dominican Republic. It's
okay.
very like 1700s over there when it comes to like the way the household is. Like the man is the man, the woman just cooks, cleans. You don't do nothing else.
Mm.
So in
And
America,
that's such a
yeah.
problem here. That's such a problem here. It's these boundaries where it's like we've got to pick and choose what we want out of a relationship, out of a man or a woman. And I feel like it's kind of the same scale from a male's perspective. You got a lot of men out here who do not want to work, who want to move in with the woman and just you pay all the bills plus you do all the work. That to me bothers me, man.
It
That
does. It
bothers
bothers
me.
the heck out of me.
I
Trust
It
me.
bothers me, man.
I think that started because, like Jamie was saying, we've been in the position of power for so long, and it's been about propping. By we, I'm talking about men as a group. We've been in the position of power for so long, and it's mostly been about propping us up in certain ways. So because of that, some people take it to the logical extreme, not a great extreme, but the logical extreme, where it's like, all right, well, the world is set up to prop me up, so you prop me up now, like in every single way possible.
let me add to that because I think Jay has been really nice to the men, and I guess it's my
I'm not
time.
being nice to him. I'm saying,
Point
how is
blank.
that nice?
No, but this is what I feel like. I truly feel like that men, we've got so comfortable. It's just like being comfortable at a job 10, 15, 20 years. We've gotten so comfortable with having the power. And now social media eras come in. We see what other men are doing, how they're like seeing these like beautiful models and beautiful wives that these men are have. You don't understand how much work that takes. And men are sitting at home like, oh, I cannot work and get those same type of women.
Oh no. Like,
We have gotten lazy, we have gotten comfortable, and we have gotten complacent.
oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like,
We have gotten, and it's sad because the minute we have done that, women say, you know what? I'm not going to take that anymore. I'm going to go out and work. I'm going to go out and make all the money, and I don't need a man.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
so here's why, like, well, one, I'm not being nice to men. I'm just saying like that's what it's been.
Yeah.
But here's why I think what's it called? This is why I disagree with people when they say, oh, men are losing power and stuff like that, because they say that, but then, like you said, we've had the power. We've had it. What have you done with the power you had? So basically, the way it sounds to me when I hear a dude say, oh, we're losing power, it's like you're living in a house with another person and you're hungry. And there's food, there's ingredients in the kitchen, in the pantry, but you ain't cooked nothing. You're just sitting there talking about, oh, I'm hungry. Then the other person comes home, is like, yo, I'm hungry too. They see all of the ingredients and stuff in the pantry. They go cook, they make food, they put it on the table, and then your stupid behind comes in and says, well, I didn't want to eat this. And it's like, bro, you had all this time. You had all this time to sit here and make something, but now you want to complain when you ain't done nothing. That's what it is. And that's why I well, we started this conversation a little earlier. That's why I agree with Jamie when he says, I have no sympathy. It's like, nah, you were in the position. You were in the position already and you dropped the ball. So don't turn around and then complain after you drop the ball.
Hey, listen, guys, not to interrupt, man, but I had to rant. I have to.
Go ahead.
So,
go ahead. You got the floor.
Because,
you got the floor. You got the floor.
So for those of you who are watching this right now, so before we got into this live podcast, before it started getting recorded, we were talking about some things, just trying to introduce, trying to get to know each other, all that type of stuff. And so like this topic was brought up and I was literally about to rant right then and there. Like no hesitation. They had to stop me. So fast forward, I've been holding on to that for this long, so I'm so ready. But here's the thing, guys. I said that, and I truly mean that. I have no sympathy for most people in this world. Because I feel like the end of the day, man, like your life choices are on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are some people, there's exceptions to this. Of course, if you were born a certain type of way, whatever it is, you know, that's different. But for most people, the normal average human being, the reason why you are where you are is your fault. It is all you. That's all you. And I remember a certain point in my life where I was a simp, where I was a person that was doing the most, and I was a person that I was the nice guy, and I was nice to everybody. I still am, but there's limits, you know. And I was just, you know, I wasn't really living the life I wanted to live. I was working a regular security job, 9 to 5, making whatever money a week, barely being able to pay the bills. And I remember being miserable and just drinking and all this sort of shit to escape from what was really going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so years later, I was like, wait a second, I had to take a hard look in the mirror. I had to look at myself. I'm like, I'm a fat piece of shit. I'm almost 300 pounds. I work at a fucking security job. I drink every single day, like if I'm getting paid for it. Like, this is not life. This is not the way I want to live life. And as you as a person to do that to yourself, because sometimes people ain't going to tell you, you got to do that to yourself. You got to look yourself in the mirror and be like, hey, what do I need to do to improve? What do I need to do to change my life? Because ain't nobody else going to do it for you. You're your own Superman. So when I see these people, back to where we're going, when I see these people simping and doing all this shit and complaining and this, that, oh, my life ain't, you know, where I want it to be, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting the women I want. I'm not getting the guys I want, whatever. It's all your fault, bro. Like, for the most part, it's your fault. There's ways you can get these things, but you got to work hard for it.
Yeah.
You know, we all want like the amazing life, and we want to be at the beach in a hammock with the bay, in the vacation with the monkeys all around the beach and shit, going around stealing the shit, you know. We want that, right? But what are you doing to make that happen? You know, that's the real question. What are you doing to make that happen? But instead of trying to make something happen, what we do is we just complain, because complaining is easier than getting something done, you know. But I'll end it there, you know.
So, do you think social media kind of drives a lot of this narrative?
That's a great question. The social media, I'm trying to really think about this one. Social media, like I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like with social media, what happens when you go on social media is that it's kind of it distracts you. It's kind of like your little escape, if you really think about it. Because when you go on it, you're there for hours just looking at other people's lives, looking what's going on with celebrities, this, that, and you're not focusing on your life. Mm-hmm. So to answer your question, I feel like it's just distracting us from getting shit done. Because
I agree.
You know, I feel like back in the day, they didn't have that. They had to do something. What are they gonna do? Like maybe read a book, maybe read a magazine. I don't know. Like they didn't have social media. They had to get shit done back then.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
They didn't have all this technology. If you wanted to study for a class, you had to go to the freaking library in West Bubblefuck. Can you curse in here?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
So do it.
Yeah, you had to go to West Bubblefuck to go get a fucking book and read it and try to study up on whatever the fuck it is you got to study for. Now it's at the click of, you know, you get your phone out, you go on Google, and yeah, that's it. Your answer's right then and there. It's made us lazy. It's made us lazy. Phones, social media, it's made us lazy, which is that's not a masculine trait. With us guys, we have to be go-getters. We got to be hustlers. And I feel like the women right now are much more, they're grinding much harder than we are as men. And I'm not saying it as a bad thing towards women, of course. I'm saying it as a bad thing towards us as men. We're not doing anything. Like you guys said, there's guys out here that don't even have a job, that are literally living off of successful women, off of hardworking women. And I've seen it, and I hate that shit. As soon as I see a guy like that, and he tries to come up and talk to me, trying to be all friendly, trying to be a friend to me, I'm a hell no, bro. I only associate myself with successful people. I associate myself, yeah.
And that's what can cause toxicity with a woman when she's with a man like that. That makes it look bad for the next guy that's got his stuff together.
It's a vicious cycle, bro.
It's a vicious cycle, man.
Because men, to be honest with you, bro, like if you look at my dating videos, it can be viewed as misogynist, or you can literally turn it any way you want to turn it to. And it's not that way at all. But
I think those opinions, that people have against your videos are very coming from a sensitive topic. It's a sensitive place to where, a lot of times it's like when you said you were looking in the mirror, you're like 300
Nobody wants to look in the mirror. No one wants to look in the mirror.
No one wants to hear the truth. No one wants to hear the truth. No one wants to hear the truth about themselves.
Responsibility, because
accountability. Yes.
Because a lot of this stuff has far-reaching consequences, and nobody wants to own those consequences.
Correct.
Right? Like if you let's take it through the lens of the Me Too movement, for example. Right? Let's take it through that lens right now. So a lot of that movement deals with the behavior of people. Like, I went into this space and I basically made this other person feel less than because of whatever reason, because of my ego, because of how I think about their gender, or whatever the case may be, right? And nobody wants to think about that. Nobody wants to think about the consequences. Nobody wants to think about other people, because we're like, at the end of the day, yes, we're social beings, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are concerned with themselves, so you don't think about the other person. So when you start thinking about, what's the larger picture, that gets scary to a lot of people. Like, if you think about the fact that, like, I'm not working right now, but that's cool. But then the second you start thinking about, I'm not working right now, but that means like, I'm no longer saving for retirement, or I'm no longer saving for a house, which means if I have a wife or kids, I can't really provide for them, or I'm working paycheck to paycheck just to get something set up. As opposed to, if I had thought about it, saved some money, I would be in a better position than I am. Like, taking a broader view of things, basically. I think social media, especially, but also the fact that we've been in positions of power as men, we've had the ability to be selfish. We've had the ability to not think about anybody or anything else beyond what we want or what we feel. And that's manifesting now, like in things like, I just don't want to work. This person can support me, for the rest of my life, or whatever the case may be.
So Jaime, give kind of your kind of experience, or maybe steps you would give to a man or even a woman. Let's say, for example, describe kind of like a good thing as far as like how a man should meet a woman, or how a woman should meet a man, as far as where, how. I hate this narrative. I mean, I have nothing against like the dating sites and all that. You know what I mean? But I feel like, a lot of the dating sites mirages a lot of, you can hide it behind a phone or a computer, and
insecurities, man. It's all insecurities at the end of the day.
Yeah. So kind of give your perspectives on, your experiences, and your kind of even with friends talking to you, like, man, I can't find a good woman, I can't find a good man. Kind of give your advice, and kind of give your perspective on how it should be in your eyes, in your opinion.
So that's a great question, guys. But first of all, I'm gonna go in. All right. So dating apps are the devil. And I mean that in the most respectful way, because I've gotten lucky off of dating apps. So, but at the end of the day, dating apps make you lazy. So in the dating world, you always got to be You know, you always got to be on your 2 feet. You always got to think on your feet. You always got to try to improvise. You always try to like, because when you're meeting someone in person, it's a whole different ball game. This is why people would rather go on dating apps, because it's so much easier. However, what they don't understand is that it makes it harder for them in the long run. Because the thing is, what I've noticed is the most cooperative women, the women that really like me, the women that really are into me, I met them in person.
Yeah.
Not in dating apps. Dating apps are going to give you more hoops to go through, because the problem is, guess what? You got millions of other guys that you're competing with.
Yeah.
This is the issue with social media. This is the issue with dating apps. It's created in multiple avenues for us to meet people without even getting out the crib.
And social media was mainly was purposely at first built for marketing. It was built as a marketing tool. The Facebooks, the Instagrams, it was built as a marketing tool. And then Facebook generated revenue based off of people. We can use this as a platform for people to introduce their real lives through pictures. And then Instagram came. And now it's used as a way of showing off your
Instagram is a dating app, man. It's a dating
app. Yeah, it's a dating app.
Instagram is my favorite dating app.
Facebook, Instagram are dating apps, man. I agree. But go ahead.
You'll get more luckier, just to give you guys, not you guys a tip, but the viewers, if any one of my subscribers or followers, whatever it is, are watching this, Instagram will get you laid more than Hinge. Trust me when I say that. Trust me when I say that. Yeah, trust me when I say that, bro. Instagram is the #1 dating app. That's why I tell guys, make sure you go on. You're on Instagram, and make sure you're like going in on it.
Oh, wow.
Because you. This is the thing about Hinge and all that. Like in Hinge, it doesn't give you the opportunity. It doesn't give you much opportunity to stick out from the pack. Like, you have photos, but like some of these girls are not even viewing these photos. They're viewing like one photo, okay, whatever, because they got a bunch of guys that are fucking, not even, some of these girls don't even go on and swipe. They wait for the guys to swipe on them. Then they'll be like, all right, I like this guy, whatever. Yeah. Like, it doesn't give you much room to show, like, not show off, but like stick out. With Instagram, it gives you that. It gives you that you can do stories, you can do pictures, just everything. You could do promotions, like there's a bunch of things you could do with Instagram that can make you stick out.
Do you still prefer to meet people on Instagram versus in person, like out the streets?
I was eventually gonna get to that because see, this is the thing about talking with me, guys. My biggest flaw is that I'll go all over the place. So if I go off the walls, just make sure you bring me back to the center, because
it's all right. It's all right, man. That's why we here. This could be a 3-parter.
Yeah. Oh man, this could be a 10-parter for all I know, man. But here's the thing. I feel like nothing will ever beat meeting someone in person. Nothing. Because when you're in person, man, like you can just immediately tell someone's interested. And you can stick out. Because here's the thing that guys don't understand. Like actually physically approaching women has become a lost art. It's nobody does it anymore. Like, you'll see it, but and you'll see it if you go to the club once things open back up. You'll see a bunch of hungry, thirsty men approaching a bunch of girls, and you'll see that. But not too many guys can properly, effectively do it. I'm not saying I'm a pro at it, by the way. I still have my flaws. Yeah. But at the end of the day, the eyes don't lie. You know what I mean? Like, you can look into someone and be like, all right, like, I can see she's sort of interested by the way she's talking, by the way she's like, the girls give off little cues, little signals that they're interested in you, but that guys don't pick up on. Like, this is what happened to me the other day. So I was at the gym. I was doing some cable flies, and this freaking girl came out of nowhere and was like, hey, can I use the cable flies right next to you? Like, and I was like, yeah. Like, why are you even asking me that? Like, it's open, it's free. Like, that was her way.
Oh man, that was her way, man.
Bro. Literally, this is my machine. There's another.
You were so focused on the ropes.
I was going in, and then some girl just came out of nowhere, like, "Hey, are you using that cable?" I'm like, "Duh, I'm not using it. What the hell?" I didn't tell her that. But I didn't realize how attractive she really was until after I told her I wasn't using it, and then I'm like, wait a second. This girl's hot. Like, holy shit. Yo. And then this is another thing, because she was there with her friend, but her friend wasn't really, like, I guess she was training her friend. Like, I guess she's like a trainer or whatever. I don't know what the hell she is. So she's over here like trying to like training her friend, and she's right next to me while I'm doing chest flies, right next to me with her ass sticking the fuck out.
Oh man.
Like not even distant. You know when a girl doesn't like you, they'll be a little distant from you. She was literally right next to me. There was no need for you to be right next to me.
Wow.
And then she'll like turn her head on like that to see if I'm looking at her, or like if I'm checking her out. I'm like, yeah, I'm checking you out, but you ain't gonna catch me. You know, like,
man.
But you know, I didn't tell her anything. I didn't really speak to her just because my rule is that if there's like a girl trying to train someone or whatever, I don't like interfering with that. You know what I mean? Bro, I wish, bro. If she was alone,
time out.
Yeah.
Jay, you gotta respond to this, man. You gotta.
I can't respond because I've done the same thing. Like, I was literally in a gym one time, doing a workout, and this person just rolled up on me, was like, "Hey, can I use that after you're done?" Meanwhile, there are 3 benches next to me. I'm just
like, she choosing, bro. She choosing.
So like, I mean, you good. Do what you go do.
Oh man.
Then I keep doing it. I'm just like, wait a minute. Like after the fact, I'm just like, wait a minute, man. You literally had the opportunity. She started the conversation. You could have said something, but nope.
Look, guys, like another word of advice. The gym is the best place to meet women. Best place. Like go, not even. In fact, you know what? For me, it's the best place because I'm a gym boy. But for example, if you're into any hobby, make sure you pursue those hobbies. Make sure you go to those areas, right? Enjoy what it is that you do, and you never know who you're gonna meet through those hobbies. Like I like the gym, and guess what? I've met girls that also like the gym that happen to be very attractive, and I'm attracted to them, and you know, and I talk to them, you know, and that's the thing. Like if you're into anything, if you're into not at the moment, it's kind of hard with COVID, but if you're into like games or if you're into like hiking, like make sure you do those things. You'll never know who you're gonna meet on your way or at the sites. And that's how you meet people that have common interests with you, that you can have a strong connection with, a strong bond with. Yeah. Okay. I know this from experience. Yeah, everything I say is from experience, guys. So my mistakes, my flaws, like I'll openly say those things because I feel like if you're gonna be in the role that I'm in, the position that I'm in, and I'm not really anybody on YouTube yet. You know what I mean? I'm growing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a growing small YouTuber. Yeah. However,
So the gym is a way of meeting somebody in public places, and you know, social media, other than Instagram, I hear from what I'm hearing is, you know, still the lazy way out. So let's say, for example, you meet a person, you meet a man or woman, and to kind of set yourself apart from all the other guys, the girls that are, well, maybe not girls, but other men that are hollering at her. Give some tips and experiences how to set yourself apart, man. Because that's
Instagram.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go over 2 of them. So I'm gonna go over social media, how to make yourself stick out on social media and in person. Okay. So let me actually go over the in person because the in person is more important to me because I feel like that should be your primary way of meeting women.
Yeah.
Social media, dating apps should be second. So I'm gonna make this as quick, as efficient as possible. So as effective as possible. So here's the thing: in person, you got to make sure that you're somewhat looking nice. Like you're somewhat looking good at all times in a way, because you never know where you're gonna meet people. You could be going to the deli, to the supermarket, and some people, they make the mistake of walking out the crib, walking out the house with slippers and some stupid t-shirt that's ripped apart, like some crazy shit. And so what if you do see a girl you're attracted to, a girl that you know is right next to you? What, you gonna hit on her with your fucking disgusting outfit? Like you didn't even fucking brush your teeth, you didn't do your hair, you didn't do anything. So your chances of getting with her are going to be slimmer. Like, yeah, you can still get with her, but they're going to be slimmer because she's going to think you're a fucking pig. Girls don't like pigs. Girls like well put together guys. So you know that guys take care of themselves.
Here's a question: what's how do you navigate the difference between, and we'll get back on it, but how do you navigate the difference between looking nice and actually being comfortable? Because for me personally, like, comfort is a big thing.
Here's the thing, guys. Easy tip. Wear gym clothes. So gym clothes, the thing about gym clothes is that like me, I'm making sure my body's gonna be good. You know, I'm working out. I'm working out every day, guys. I work out 6 times a week. Like if it's my job, like if I get paid for it and I love what I do, I even box for Christ's sakes. I'll fucking lift for an hour and then I'll box afterwards for cardio, and then maybe I just might do some cardio after that. So my body is a lot better than what it used to be. I was 300 pounds at one point. So I'll wear like some nice tank tops in the summer. I wear like something that's going to show off my assets, which is my muscles, my build, things like that, right? Or you could wear like a nice little gym t-shirt, whatever, some gray sweats. Girls like gray sweats. So, you
It was a
know,
whole challenge, bro.
and wear some nice ass sneakers, and you're looking good, but you're still comfortable. You don't have to go out the crib with a freaking button up and shades and, you know, crocodiles. Like, no, you don't have to do that. You can get out the house looking comfortable, but it's still nice. Like you're still presentable. You're still looking nice. Like girls, in fact, I've had more success dressing with my gym clothes sometimes more than me wearing button-ups. Just because they can see my muscles. They can see they're attracted to this shit at the end of the day, you know? So I understand that and I capitalize on that. And guess what? When they see that, when I'm in the streets and they see that, they're gonna try to make themselves more available to me. So they're gonna try to put themselves nearby me so that way I can make the move. And sometimes I make the move, sometimes I don't make the move. It depends on my motivation, what I'm doing that day. But that's how you do it. You just got to make it easier for yourself when it comes to women, if that makes any sense. And that's how you make it easier, dressing nice. So, oh yeah, so back to where we were. So yeah, just make sure you're dressing nice. Make sure you put, you know, your hygiene is on point. You don't want to have stinky, you know, armpits and shit. That's gonna turn the girl away. No matter how good looking you are, that's gonna turn the girl away. So make sure you're smelling somewhat nice. And so here's what I do in person. I don't cold approach women. So here's what I mean by that. Cold approaching is when the woman doesn't even know of your existence. She didn't even know you were in the building, and you're over here approaching her out of the blue. I don't do that because one, it's kind of creepy. I don't like going out of my way for anybody either. I just feel like it's such a low beta thing to do. Like just okay, I like that girl, but she's all the way like over there, and I'm gonna put everything that I'm doing to the side to approach her, to go out of my way to approach. Like no, like why am I gonna do that? Like she didn't even know I exist. Like the way I do it is if I'm just gonna do whatever I do, right? And for example, that one day I was at the gym, I was wearing my tank top, doing my thing, right? And then the girl just came by me, said a stupid question, and I answered it. And if it was up to me, I could have just kept talking to her, whatever I wanted to do. But of course, I didn't want to do anything because of the other girl that was with her, out of respect. But that's how I do it in person. I wait for them to be in my location, and then I'll peep to see if they're throwing me any choosing signals. So for those of you who don't know that are watching this, choosing signals are basically what it is. It's signals that a woman is giving out to you as a man that she's attracted to you. However, most people don't know about this because we weren't taught this. Women are are indirect creatures for the most part. They're not going to ever be direct and tell you they like you and they want you to have sex with them. They want you to give you, they want to get, you know, they want you to give them babies or whatever. They're not going to ever tell you that. You know what I mean? They're always going to keep that to themselves, but they're going to throw out little signals to get you to hit on them, to be a man and hit on them. So they're going to like look at you, maybe like that one girl, she was sticking out her ass and she was right next to me the entire time, turning around to see if I was looking at her. Like, I'm like, that's choose, like the question she asked me, those are choosing signals. So yeah, so I'll get that. And then from there, I'll do my thing.
Okay.
But on social media, what I do is I try to stick out. So make sure you're taking good pictures. So either hire a photographer, which I haven't done yet, or just take your own pictures, but put filters and go on like these nice picture apps and put on some nice filter on those pictures to make it look professionally done, where you can really stick out from the rest. Because most of these guys, one, some of them only post one picture every 4 years. Two, if they do post a picture, it's weird. Like it's like a selfie, which I used to do. I ain't gonna lie to you. Selfies, like really close up selfies that aren't well taken. It's like girls don't want to see that. They want to see nice pictures taken of you because guess what? when they do end up talking to you and things go well and they start talking about you to your friends, they go, oh, what guy you talking to? They're gonna show the pictures and the girls gonna be like, holy shit, like that guy's different, you know, like
Yeah.
they ain't used to guys taking nice pictures of themselves. They're used to selfies and gym selfies, you know, looking like a tool, like a douchebag. Like, you know, they're not used to like nice, well taken pictures. And then you post shit up on your stories. Stories are actually the key, guys, because when you go on stories, when you post good shit up, you know, I'm not, you know, most of my shit, I don't even know if it's good or not. It's good to me, you know, so I'll post up whatever I like. I'll put it up, and guess what happens? There's a thing called story reply on the bottom. Girls are gonna, if they agree with it or they like it, they're gonna like type up their own little bullshit.
Yeah.
They make it seem like they don't want to talk to you, like ha ha ha. They'll be like ha ha, whatever, or like they'll be like, oh my god, me too, or I've been there, whatever, some dumbass shit to try to get you to talk to them. You know, and that's their way of choosing you on social media, and that's how I do it, guys. I don't go up to a girl like straight up like that without her knowing me. I don't DM women on social media that barely even know me or care about me. I wait for them to throw signals at me, and then I'll do it. That's the way you got to do it.
That's a good point. Okay. This concludes episode 9 of the interview. To be continued next week.